But another thing is this. If anyone knows the price of this, because if we go like this, it says like 4 to 6 div, but there's nothing on the market. And if I take out, I think it's those two, 2, 4, and a mirror. Like, let me know what this is worth. Hello and welcome to this video. Now, this video we're going to do a build that I found that was a one divine build, but I'm not going to keep it to the one divine because time of videos and all that obviously make a big difference. The build we're going to do is this one. It's meant to make T-17s easy, and you can go and AFK on T-17s and everything. I would say we're going to do a T-17. I've tried to make it so it's sort of as friendly as possible. I did just do a T-17 I had when I first created the build. We could not AFK. We couldn't even make it to the boss. One massive thing, can't do Shaper unless you virtually don't get touched. Plus the Orchid boss, if you have that in the pre-Shaper, then if she beams you, then you're going to melt quicker than you can run away. We'll get into all the different things and changes and everything. Now, based on my last T-17, I do not expect to be able to AFK. It all depends on what mobs spawn, I guess. But we'll just try hands off. Okay, so if you get you can't get a perfect T-17 map obviously, but if you get a T-17 that has nothing negative really on it for you, then yes, you can AFK in a T-17. We'll try to tank this. I'm not touching anything. We'll try to find the boss quick as possible, and then either I'll pause the video, edit, whatever, and keep doing the map, or not. But yeah, the massive problem with the build is dots. I've tried to mitigate that by taking pantheons that reduce a lot of the dots. I've got okay. Not used to that happening. Come on, don't muck up. So yeah, it's a retaliation thing. It can be a little annoying if the monsters aren't causing you to block anything worth here. Rarity for sap, whatever. Running petrified blood is almost a must actually, because I have got into circumstances where the petrified blood has actually saved us and nothing else. The monsters that were coming at us, we weren't blocking. Oh, that's... I didn't realize Brutus or Brutus's cousin or whatever was actually on the maps. Come on. There's storms and everything around, so hopefully that won't affect us. But it's also really hot where I live, so If I sweat or whatever, I do apologize. The lights for the video do get a little hot. Come on. I'm trying to find the boss, leave me alone. And you do get stuck. Shield charge is very good for moving around, but it is also, come on, it also isn't the best thing. I would prefer having leap slam. I took Frostblink off purely because of mana issues. You don't have mana issues unless you are actually doing a lot of things real close to each other. We'll put a portal. Okay, do that, put the banner, do some Blade Storm, do more of that. Yeah. I tried a shield charge but couldn't. That's where Leap Slam, or if I put Frostblink back on, it would be obviously a lot easier to get out of stuff like that. But yeah. Can we run please? But yeah, it's pretty DPS, even though the video makes it look like you can do 13+ million. That was half my fault. I tried to get in another attack and then get out. But yeah, even with all the block and everything, the problem is that it doesn't matter against things like this. Okay, get some retaliation, please. Okay, I'm going to just pause it just so the internet hopefully gets good. But as you can see, we can sort of just ignore the sort of flame circles that just got going on. Got to try to take out the dat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excuse me, can I have some life back, please? Walk into the Blade Storm, please. Come on, Badat. Yeah, like we're tanky until we're not. Get out, get out. Internet. Some Blade Storm. Come on. Can I have a retaliation? Get no. And yeah, I've changed some things up on the build purely because she's not technically moving. Run. Yeah, she's technically not moving. I'm pretty sure when she teleports and everything, it's not considered. Really? We didn't get one of the ones worth money? Pretty sure that's not worth money. No. Of course not. But yeah. I'll see if I can drop some decent stuff in this map and then we'll be back. It'll be 2 seconds for you. Okay, we're out of the T-17. Didn't die. Didn't get anything good either, but oh well. Now, the POB for this, the POB you would get if you try to recreate the build. As you can see, it says it does 8.3 million. If we go to the config, enemies are moving. Usually, no. Enemies are on low life. Usually, no. We do have main support, debilitating only from our retaliation skill and intimidating chance. So I'll leave it on that. Nearby enemies bleeding, says 5. Not really. Things are either dead or they're not. Banner planted, only really 4 bosses in maps, probable. Anything else like Shaper, anything like that, you won't have a banner. Rage, if I go through editing and I saw that I got a decent amount of rage going through all that, then whatever rage I got, then account for that. I'll go down in 10 so you can see damage and everything. But through playing, most time, no rage. Nearby enemies, okay, 8. Killed recently, okay, we can keep that. Hit recently, you want to hope so, because we need to get hit to retaliate. And then blocked recently, might as well take that off because it makes things a little weird. Enemies in presence, that's really only for bosses. This number, if we take it off, that's the numbers. And then we'll go to, is that everything? Yep. So we got 2.1 million. Now, this is a 97, I'm 93. I don't have this, but what would actually be better is bleed you inflict, deal damage 15% faster, or getting 2 rage on hit. Because I'm pretty sure the I'll put it back to what it was. Pretty sure the what you're doing is considered a hit. And I don't have this up here, which isn't really a big deal. And obviously something else somewhere, since it's 97, I'm 93, and that was only 2 things. So we'll look at the actual, don't need to worry about that, that just pops up because of our last character. Now if you keep in mind, we created a build for less than 18 divines, but 18 divines at max, and it did 35 million DPS and could do Ubers. So we're coming from that, so it's a massive step down in that sense. The problem is the arrogance that is flesh and stone, which I also have clarity at the moment. It's only 76, so it's no big deal. But yeah, the arrogance with flesh and stone takes our 4K life pool all the way down to 2K. So if we take that off, obviously we'd have near enough to 4K life. The axe has chance to bleed on hit, which is very important. The gear is armor evasion. You can have some energy shield through there somewhere if you want, but we take the iron reflexes to make it convert into armor to give us a more physical defense. Big changes I did was jagged technique, forbidden flame, and flesh, because if we look at the ascendancies, we take this because bleeding you inflict is aggravated, which means as if they are moving. So every bleed we do is as if they are moving. That is a massive part to the DPS in this build. The retaliating skill, you could drop this and go for this one and still keep War of Attrition, or you could come down here for some more ailment damage to enemies that are on low life. But other than that, you pretty much need the block, attack or spell lucky, and then this one is pretty mandatory. So yeah, we're taking retaliation and all that. But if I grab my POB, which is this one, I have, instead of chance to bleed, I have deadly ailment because I couldn't get a 6 red. So, but if we go to config and go to eviscerate both waves, and chance to bleed is 100, so we don't need it for eviscerate. Items, that's where a lot of the DPS would still come from, I think. Yeah, taking all this off, 1.7 million. So we look at our config. They are moving because we have the aggravated bleeds. With the banner, goes up 4.6. Rage, I have at 0 because obviously the reasons I said. We use that, and pretty much the only thing, so if we add this in, we do about 4.7 million. The important thing is his body armor. Getting the Eater Exarch implicit, I think it's Exarch, they gain frenzy charges every 14 seconds. That's very important because that's your sole source of frenzy charges. Another jewel I got is just corrupting blood and damage over time multiplier. So we can't get corrupting blood. We use purity elements in the build as well, so that takes rid of ailments. I personally have clarity because the mana source, since it was going to cost me more than a div, I decided to go and get 2120 gems where I could. The difference wasn't that big a deal. It's like 50C or something for some of them. It's not like I spent a divine per or anything. And then the chance cooldown, you can have it or not. It's obviously quality of life. But yeah, overall, yes, it is tanky, but you sacrifice all your DPS to make yourself tanky. So is it a tanky build, or is it just tanky because you took no damage nodes virtually? Like the bleed damage nodes are virtually none. The retaliating skill, you're virtually just hoping that you do enough damage with eviscerate. As far as tankiness, 100% good feeling. And if you're new to the game, having high block and all that makes it way easier to do stuff. But can't do Shaper unless you like don't get hit by even the smell of a beam or anything like that. Pretty much, if I bring up Pantheon, as you can see, I got reduced damage over time taken, chaos resistance, damage over time. I need to get that last one. unaffected by burning ground because that was killing me so much so quickly. So unaffected by burning ground, and we get some movement speed if we're on it. But yeah, it's not a one divine build. If you stick to one divine, what is that at the moment? About 150 according to that. Then you will struggle because it does require some things, and I think you can't really go without the Forbidden Flame and Flesh. Just making sure they don't need to move, because they get all around you, hitting you. They're not moving, they're hitting you. So whatever bleed you inflict is completely useless as far as are they moving. Mana is a big issue. Damage is a big issue for more end game content. It's not necessarily a big issue if you're just going to farm T-16s and maybe some Eater. Maven, I wouldn't recommend. You would have to pick the perfect bosses for a Maven fight. I'll check this actually. I just thought if we drop Flesh and Stone, so we'd end up with 3600 life, and our overall hit pool would drop about 20k, and our fizz wouldn't drop that big a deal. We still wouldn't be able to survive like a Shaper Slam. I'm pretty sure. We do have crit reduction throughout the tree somewhere. I think one of them's here. Yeah. I think based on our character numbers. Where's crit? Yeah, pretty sure it tells you there's crit reduction somewhere. Oh well, we got at least 30 crit reduction, but yeah, Shaper Slam can do like 8k, so we would certainly lose our life more than likely. I don't think the armor would actually physically mitigate Shaper Slam completely. If he got low, didn't crit, and we had full life, we might be able to survive it with a physical mitigation. But yeah, overall, if you're a new player, I do recommend this to you. If you're not a new player, I would only recommend you do this build, or a build that's virtually 100% defense, if you are in a party. You can be the tank for a glass cannon, or you struggle in T-16s, or you just don't want to think about it and you just want to be able to just AFK if you want to. But yeah, if anyone knows how to increase the DPS without compromising the defense, do let me know. And also, where'd I put it? The build does have this as the gloves with the hatchet mastery anointment. I actually lose 200k if I put these on. These gloves are better than the these gloves here. But another thing is this. If anyone knows the price of this, because if we go like this, it says like 4 to 6 div, but there's nothing on the market. And if I take out, I think it's those two, 4, and a mirror. Like, let me know what this is worth. But yeah, let me know what you think about the build. Have you tried a purely defensive build that has a lower DPS outcome? But yeah, let me know. I'll catch you in the next video.